What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So October 15th has come and gone, and we still don't know what's going on with the cost of living adjustment for people receiving Social Security benefits. So that increase for 2026. What happened to it? Why aren't we getting any information? Now, I posted a video a couple of weeks ago where I talked about this and the fact that if we're looking at a government shutdown, we're probably not going to get that information on time. However, there is good news. We do have a new date that they will announce the cost of living adjustment. So we'll talk a little bit about that in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, so first off, I want to explain a little bit about the cost of living adjustment, why it's necessary, and what the current predictions are when it comes to the cost of living adjustment for people receiving Social Security. So right now, the Senior Citizens League, they are estimating that COLA will be 2.7%. Okay, now I've said this before, when it comes to 2.7%, I think that's on the low side. I think it's probably going to be more like 2.8% or even higher. And what we're waiting for September numbers to come out. So September CPI-W numbers to come out. So that's inflation. So once those numbers come out, that's when the Social Security Administration can do their calculation. They're taking July, August, and September. They're going to average that, and then they'll be able to tell us what the increase will look like for 2026. So right now, Senior Citizens League saying 2.7%. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit higher than that. Now, that is going to, for the average person receiving Social Security benefits, so the average person receives around $2,000 in Social Security benefits. So for that average person, you're going to see an increase of about $54. Not a lot of money, I know. Now understand, when it comes to the cost of living adjustment, this is just to keep you up with inflation. So keep your purchasing power about the same. So they're not giving you a raise or anything like that. It's an increase to your benefits, but it's not a raise. A raise would be something outside. So it's not tied to anything. Let's say we've heard Bernie Sanders talk about a $200 raise per month for people receiving Social Security benefits. That's a little bit different. That would be a bill that they would pass. But when we're talking about the cost of living adjustment, this is tied to inflation. They're using inflation to determine what the cost of living adjustment is going to be. So it's never going to be anything that's really high unless inflation is really high. Case in point, back in 2022, we saw inflation shoot up as high as 9.1%. That's why for a couple of years we saw higher cost of living adjustments. That was because inflation was high. Now that we're looking at inflation at 2.7, 2.8, 2.9% for July, August, and September, now we're going to be looking at something that is not going to be really high when it comes to that cost of living adjustment. And so mid-October, that's when we were supposed to hear about the cost of living adjustment. We were supposed to get the information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, but because of the shutdown, we're not getting that information. However, I do have good news, and let me show you it right now. So this is CNBC. They're reporting, it says Social Security COLA for 2026. Agencies confirm when to expect announcement. So we are expecting that announcement on October 24th. So that is on a Friday, I believe. And so in a little over a week, we are going to find out what the cost of living adjustment is going to be, because what they're going to do is they're going to put out the information. The Bureau of Labor Statistics will put out the information for September when it comes to inflation. And that same day, that's when we'll find out. So October 24th, we're going to find out what COLA will be for people receiving Social Security benefits. And of course, I'll be back and I will report on it that morning so you guys will know what the cost of living adjustment looks like for 2026. Now, the hope is this cost of living adjustment will keep up with inflation. We don't know what inflation is going to look like in January, and that's when they will start, the increases will start in January. Now, if we see the same pattern that we're seeing right now when it comes to inflation, we're watching inflation slowly increase. And so if it goes up over 3% and it continues to rise, then guess what? If you receive a 2.8% cost of living adjustment and inflation in January is over 3%, then you're still going to be underwater. Your purchasing power will still be dwindling because inflation will continue to rise. And we see this a lot. This does happen. And so it's unfortunate the way they have this set up where they only take these 3 months. And when January hits, if inflation's higher than that, then now you're in a situation where your purchasing power isn't as strong as it should be because that cost of living adjustment is just not keeping up with inflation. And so I just wanted to bring this information to you. So October 24th, that is the date. Mark it on your calendar. That's when we'll find out what the cost of living adjustment looks like. And I want to mention one more thing when it comes to Medicare. Medicare Part B, yes, they will be taking that from this increase. So if this increase is $54 for the average person, and right now they're speculating that Medicare will be $21.50. So that $21.50 is coming from that $54. And so that's going to leave you just a little bit over $30 for your increase. So I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.